In today's video, we're going to review the Edward Green Classic Black Captoe Oxford, the Chelsea on the number 82 last. I'm Kirby Allison, and I love helping the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes. Join me as we explore the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. Edward Green was founded in 1890 by Mr. Edward Green, an expert shoemaker with the ambition and drive to create a higher grade of shoe than what was available in the market at that time. Founded in the shoemaking capital of Northampton, England, Edward Green built his company on uncompromising quality and style that is still outshining many heritage brands to this day. Recognized around the world for their classic English aesthetic and uncompromising construction and quality, Edward Green shoes are truly investment pieces for those aficionados for whom only the best will do and who appreciate quality craftsmanship and tradition. A pair of Edward Green shoes are exceptionally made in every respect, using the highest quality materials, time-honored construction methods, and skilled craftspeople taking their time to do good work. Today, Edward Green continues to manufacture all their shoes in their factory in Northampton and offers a full range of both classic dress shoes and more casual pieces. The Edward Green Chelsea Captoe Oxford is as classic an English dress shoe as it comes. A company as old as Edward Green doesn't become known as one of the world's greatest shoemakers without an absolutely exceptional Captoe Oxford, and the Chelsea model from Edward Green delivers. A Captoe Oxford, especially a black Captoe Oxford, is the most versatile and elegant shoe a man can own. Its simple design, lack of broguing, and closed Oxford lacing combine to create a silhouette of unparalleled beauty. This shoe is not subject to the whims of fashion. It can be in style forever. It can easily be worn with a suit, a tuxedo, or even jeans, and is never inappropriate. This Chelsea Black Captoe Oxford from Edward Green is really such an example of classic English proportions and aesthetics. Of course, there are more fashion-forward shoes out there, but this isn't the reason that you would buy a pair of shoes from Edward Green. Edward Green is the gold standard amongst English shoemakers, and you invest in a pair of Edward Greens because you want a shoe that you can be certain will look great for decades. All of the proportions of this shoe are really expertly executed. From the proportions of the cap toe, it's neither too far forward or too far back. You have a nice vamp right here that allows enough room for flexing to ensure that if your shoe is properly sized, you're not going to be creasing the toe cap. And I love this detail of the swan neck, which is just a small, subtle visual detail that heightens the elegance of this shoe, cues it in as being an Edward Green, and also sets apart an otherwise simple black Captoe Oxford from the other black Captoe Oxfords that you would normally see. The 5-eyelet design is traditionally English with a slight narrowing as they go up. The upper is sewn together with a double row of stitching across the toe cap and along the vamp, which just gives a little bit of visual weight to these particular pattern elements. All of the other stitching is done with a single row of single needle stitching. And along the back of the heel, of course, we have the vertical seam and a little bit of reinforcement here just to ensure that this area of the shoe, which is prone for premature wear, doesn't tear or rip. Of course, I'm a big advocate of always using a shoehorn to put on a pair of dress shoes. And if you're investing in a pair of shoes like these Edward Greens, of course, you would always want to use a shoehorn and store these shoes with a shoe tree. A shoehorn is going to prevent you from collapsing the back of the shoe whenever you're putting them on, preventing any type of premature wear to this point right here. And then a shoe tree is going to ensure that your shoes dry flat to prevent any unnecessary creasing across the vamp. Compared to other black Captoe Oxfords that are available in the market, even at this price point, what I appreciate about the Edward Greens is the fact that this is such a conservative shoe. It's still beautifully proportioned, it's classic, it's expertly made, but it's not really pushing any of the boundaries in terms of fashion. And so if you're a conservative gentleman that just wants a really high quality, comfortable dress shoe that you can be certain will always look great, of course if polished, and then will produce years, if not decades of great use, you just can't go wrong with this shoe from Edward Green. Available stock in 3 last styles and a wide range of widths and sizes, most customers can find a really well-suited fit last combination, which ensures their feet will be comfortable. The shoe we have here today is built on the timeless number 82 last, which features a balanced almond toe that is conservative yet exceptionally elegant. The 82 last is a touch slimmer than the standard last for a more contemporary appeal, making it a perfect formal business shoe, smart, elegant, and timeless. The Chelsea is distinguished with the swan's neck stitching pattern down the facing. This was a detail that John Hlustik, who purchased Edward Green in the 1980s, revived from shoes Edward Green manufactured in the 1930s. This small design hallmark gives the otherwise conservative captoe Oxford an additional touch of elegance and visual detail. Edward Green prides themselves on using the highest quality leathers from the uppers to the outsoles. The uppers are sewn with the highest grade French and Italian calf skins on the market, ensuring that the shoe will not only be incredibly handsome from the start, but will also age and patina equally well when polished. The uppers are hand-clicked or cut out by hand, allowing the clickers to avoid any natural blemishes and use only the best areas of the hide. The outsoles on the Chelsea and all Edward Green leather dress shoes are traditional oak bark tanned leathers that are tanned in pits for 9 months in a solution of oak, spruce, and mimosa barks. The result is an incredibly durable, water-resistant leather outsole that lasts 3 to 5 times longer than ordinary leather outsoles. Leather outsoles also allow for additional breathability, helping the shoe better regulate moisture and temperature throughout the day. The result is a leather outsole of unequaled comfort and durability. I preferred leather outsoles on all of my more formal dress shoes because the leather just gives the shoe an additional level of refinement. Edward Green also builds additional structure into their shoes using leather stiffeners, which are the hard pieces of leather that are inserted between the upper and the interior lining. This additional structure is important not only for creating a more comfortable shoe, especially right here through the arch, but it also helps control unnecessary creasing, which inevitably makes a pair of shoes look old and worn. The level of finish on a pair of Edward Green shoes is as one would expect, exceptional. The outsoles are expertly finished with a nice close channel stitching, some dyeing and polishing, which just creates a level of finishing and elegance to the bottom of the shoe, as one would expect with an upper this nice. Edward Green also adds some nice tacking at the heel, and they use a nice English top lift which has a smaller leather piece, which just enhances that refined leather bottom look that one would expect on a dress shoe at this caliber. The outsoles are stitched using a high stitch density with fudging along the top of the welt to just again give additional finish to this shoe. The edges and heels are expertly dyed and polished. The Chelsea has a nice square waist which gives this shoe additional stability. The heels have a nice shape sitting cleanly underneath the shoe. The single needle stitching with its high stitch density increases the clean lines and formality of this shoe. Each upper is sewn together by hand with incredible precision. Just look at this single needle stitching and how perfectly executed these double lines of stitching are around the primary pieces of the pattern. It's this high stitch density and the closeness of these two lines of stitching that just really pull this shoe together and give it a tight, clean aesthetic. One of the advantages of a high-quality, factory-made shoe is, of course, its consistency in construction. The factory's ability to consistently produce outstanding quality in construction points to the heritage and pedigree of Edward Green. The timelessness, craftsmanship, and heritage are what really separate Edward Green from other factory-made shoes. One of the great pleasures of owning a pair of shoes from Edward Green is that most customers are able to find a really well-suited fit and last combination, which ensures that their shoes are as comfortable as they are elegant and well-made. Most people think of sizing just in terms of length and width, but the shape of the last is also really important for the overall comfort of the shoe. And so with Edward Green offering 3 stock lasts in the Chelsea, most people with varying degrees of shape are going to be able to find a shoe that is really comfortable. And this is important because we all know that at the end of the day, the true measure of a great pair of shoes is how comfortable our feet are left at the end of a long day. Even the best made, most beautiful shoe, if it's not comfortable at the end of the day, isn't going to be a pair of shoe that you find yourself going to every morning. Edward Green's lasts are stylish, but have very much been designed with fit in mind. Their classic 202 is their classic English last, which is available in the widest number of fittings from A to G. The number 82 is a timeless almond last. And finally, the number 915, which is a more sculpted almond toe-shaped last. Edward Green will also make up your specific width fitting in any stock style for no surcharge. So while they might only carry some seasonal styles in an E, should you find you are in fact a C, they'll make a stock style up in a C for no additional charge. This is an exceptional level of service rare today among shoemakers, but one that has continued to put Edward Green at the front. As far as sizing is concerned, it's important to note that the UK shoe size is 1/2 size smaller than the equivalent US shoe. So if you're a 9.5 in an American shoe, such as an Allen Edmonds, you would want to choose a size 9 in an Edward Green. As far as widths, E denotes Edward Green's standard width, with C being narrow, D being slim, and F being wide, and G being extra wide. The Edward Green Chelsea Captoe Oxford is available in the United States at $1,285 with free shipping and returns, and in the United Kingdom for £965. Edward Green has an exceptional online store, extensive network of stockists worldwide, and of course their flagship boutique in London at number 75 Jermyn Street. Whereas Edward Green is unmistakably not an inexpensive shoe, we judge the shoes we review on the quality for a given price. Unlike some similar shoes at this price point, Edward Green is not a fashion shoe. You're not paying for one-way marketing. What you are paying for is an exceptionally well-made classic shoe constructed using the finest materials and craftsmanship. In short, a pair of shoes from Edward Green is an investment piece that, if cared for properly, can easily yield decades of great use. I can enthusiastically recommend this shoe from Edward Green, and they are a pair that I would proudly add to my own collection. View our extensive collection of shoe review videos on the Kirby Allison YouTube channel. And of course, if you have any thoughts or comments about this pair of shoes from Edward Green, please mention it in the comments section below. I enjoy reading all those comments and trying to get back to as many of them as I personally can. I'm Kirby Allison, and I love to help the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes while exploring the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. Thanks for joining me. In today's video, I'm wearing one of my bespoke Himmerjani Brothers suit from mytailor.com. This is in a dark gray Draper's 5-star fabric. I'm wearing one of our new Kirby Allison Sovereign Grade ties. This is a burgundy jacquard tie with a beautiful small dot and triangular pattern. Of course, it's tied with my signature Old Birdie knot, which you can see the video for on our YouTube channel. I have a white Simano Godard, a vintage pocket square. My trousers have a single reverse pleat, are tabbed with a 1 3/4 inch turn up, and I'm wearing my bespoke trowel shoes from Gaziano and Girling, and a pair of my dark gray Sovereign Grade socks. Of course, I have my trademark white bespoke shirt from Charvet with barrel cuffs, and today I'm wearing my Chopard Perpetual calendar.